AI music videos and album art are a blight on the heavy metal scene. Sure, AI may have started as an oddity in the scene in roughly 2022, because in that year, bands like Meshuggah and Voivod used AI in their music videos, which had the effect of generating artificial art that ventures far into the uncanny valley, like Willy Wonka trying to snort snozzberries as if it were fruit-flavored cocaine. And thus, there was a certain curiosity towards the usage of that new form of AI technology and software. But now, in 2024, the innocent intrigue towards AI has long since expired, like 5-year-old milk or Ronnie Radke's career as a musician. In fact, over the last year, we've seen TV shows and movies and such come under fire for using AI in some way rather than employing actual artists. And this has unfortunately been true in the heavy metal music scene in 2024. Bands like High on Fire, Pestilence, and Unleash the Archers have all been criticized for utilizing AI in some capacity, even when they try to be ethical, like Unleash the Archers case. Because Unleash the Archers went into controversy, even despite how they try to use AI by still paying the artist whose work was primarily sourced when using that said AI, which is a little bit more ethical, even if that said artist didn't get much of a say over how that art was used and in how other people's artwork was used in the AI generator that didn't get paid. But still, at least Unleash the Archers put some effort into at least trying to be ethical. I mean, they still failed, but hey, it's something. Yet regardless of the group of musicians or attempts to be more ethical, bands should not utilize AI for their music videos or album art. Full stop. If anything, it's just a mistake for many reasons. But the big one, at least for me, is that AI devalues the human element in an artistic piece. While sure, many people critique AI art for analyzing and regurgitating art online without sourcing or compensating the original artist that the AI used for analyzing in order to quote-unquote create something new, and for the fact that a lot of AI art just looks absolutely terrible, yet those aren't the most interesting angles on this issue to me. Mostly because I'm not an expert on copyright law. I'm just one dumbass on the internet. And I also believe that primarily criticizing AI art for its often no good, horrible, rotten quality is a mistake. Because yes, AI images might look like abject shit on par with a daycare teacher trying and failing to nurse a hangover while kids hit her with foam bats as if she were a post-drunk piñata. Hey, if I had that job, I'd probably be drinking too. The quality of AI images, despite their putrid output now, will likely improve. After all, this is a new technology, and like many technologies, like say cars, video game graphics, or CGI, these things improve over time. And for that, AI will probably be the same. So while yes, it might be fun to criticize how AI art looks at the moment when utilized for the metal scene or music videos, that criticism might not hold forever, meaning that the real argument against it should be on the grounds of preserving artistic integrity and artistic merit. And that means critiquing it on either ethical grounds, in regards to how AI often takes other people's art without credit or compensation, and in how AI devalues art in and of itself, both in the heavy metal scene and just in general. A future that we all shouldn't want. And today's video is on the latter angle, how AI undermines artistic integrity like microtransactions and $60 games or the CEO of Warner Brothers Discovery. It's about how we shouldn't desire a future where metal bands or any artistic projects utilize AI in a way that is detrimental to art's human element. After all, making art for a living is supposed to be something that artists enjoy, or at the very least find emotionally gratifying. Like creating stuff, whether it be music videos, album art, title card sequences, movies, or even YouTube videos, may the content last forever, should be something that people actively want to do. In fact, creating stuff gives people a sense of purpose and fulfillment. If anything, creating art is not like other types of work, because let's be clear, most people don't want to go to their job, but they ultimately do because they need money to live. What a scam. And for that, creating art has an emotional gratification, to the point that even when not very profitable or successful, we still create in our spare time, as seen by my YouTube channel. Because if I didn't find creating stuff personally satisfying, I would have stopped this shit a long time ago. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And this applies to other folks as well, like artists, actors, musicians, and animators. People who enjoy making art, all while having that said making art be their potentially desired occupation, a job that they actively want to do. And AI is something that imperils that desire and goal. Because instead of making menial work easier, AI detracts from the integrity of various crafts that allow artists to be personally and creatively fulfilled. Like, technology should be used to lessen the load on how so much of our lives are just spent to enrich corporations rather than nourishing our souls and creative spirits, as said necessary personal nourishment that AI art actively diminishes. It's just a bad deal for those who don't fit in with soul-sucking 9-to-5 office jobs or hellish apocalyptic retail environments, those who dream of a better creative career that make one feel more accomplished, careers that are not call centers for shady health insurance companies or dealing with shitty customers at a Walmart on Black Friday, because to quote Jesus, that shit sucks. And for that, art is supposed to be a creative escape from occupational mundanity, a creative outlet that gives artists a sense of purpose, a potential desired personal career path that AI ultimately threatens by devaluing art and artists. Hell, in the metal scene alone, when it comes to either making AI music videos or album art, AI potentially has and does take away work and income from various types of artists, work and income that those artists need so that they can continue to have an occupation or strive to make a primary career out of the art that they love to make. And in regards to metal bands, I feel like it is especially irresponsible on their part if they generate AI music videos or artwork. After all, we all know that heavy metal isn't the most profitable enterprise. If anything, it's a countercultural art form for a reason. So for that, heavy metal artists should understand all too well why it's important to compensate artists for work that they want to do. Meaning that foregoing artists in favor of generating AI is just distasteful, on par with ketchup on a Chicago-style hot dog. Because motherfucker, it's perfect as is. And look, I understand that album art and music videos take time, effort, and money. Hell, I get that many smaller bands might be tempted to generate AI music videos alone because those said videos could potentially capture an artistic style and detail that those bands otherwise couldn't afford. Because while yes, a lot of AI art looks like shit, some of the AI music videos that metal bands have released over the past year don't look all that bad, because there is a certain visual style that complements the music that bands were aiming to generate via the AI software. So at least from that perspective, I get their interest in utilizing the technology. But as stated before, even when challenging, art is supposed to be something that we should actively want to do. While yes, creating art can be difficult, especially with a small budget or other constraints, there is something to be said about the merits of creating art within that adversity, and also by not screwing over other artists. Avenues that are better, more ethical, and healthier for the art form rather than just generating AI art. It's what we should all strive for, even with the technology that is available. An artistry to the craft that heavy metal bands, of all artists, should respect. Additionally, I also believe AI art and music videos run counter to the spirit of heavy metal, mostly because heavy metal bands and fans respect how this type of music feels real. After all, we prize bands for their technical ability when it comes to their musicianship. We idolize guitarists, drummers, and vocalists to display as much talent as possible. Hell, we might even prioritize realness too much, given how some metal fans can be elitist assholes that need to eat some dick sandwiches. But anyway, the point. We heavy metal music lovers just like art that feels real, art that comes from the soul. And AI artwork and music videos just ain't that shit, because AI images come from a software program and not human ingenuity, which is just morally opposed to the spirit of heavy metal. It is a fake mockery in an art form that should be real and immediate, meaning that metal bands should overall avoid using AI generators, both for the sake of being ethical, because artists deserve to get paid and get work, damn it, as well as because it reflects negatively on a band's image. It undermines their artistic integrity, something that we should not want as a headbanging society. So yeah, if you're a metal band that's thinking about using AI for your album art or a music video, I strongly urge you to reconsider, because a fair few of us metalheads do not want that shit. We'd rather you make or commission someone else to make something that's real. We want you to respect the art.